Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Longside. Today, we've got a Blackpool v Burnley prediction, and the title is just like as it suggests. Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, I don't really see why some people are a bit wound up of today's game. It kind of felt like it was coming. It kind of felt like it was bound to happen. Blackpool, the team that had the 3-3 earlier on in the year, it just felt like it was bound to happen, really, doesn't it? Another game where, well, not another game, but reminds us back of the Burnley that we saw back in October. And I must say that I actually didn't see the game, and I don't need to. I don't even need to see the game. I can look at the stats. I can look at Twitter. I can look at what people are saying, and I can be like, yeah, I know exactly how this game went because we saw it months ago. And I think that there's a couple of elements here. So I'm not going to talk about the fact of, the specific details about the game because I can't tell you that. But what I will say is that I want to be like your counselor for some Burnley fans that let me check the table here. Check the table. We're 13 points clear at the top of the championship. Not from third, from second. From third, we're 17 points clear from third. So, only a teeny, tiny 17 points clear from automatic promotion or 13 points clear from winning the title. You know what I mean? Yeah, today maybe a bit kind of frustrating because we know that Blackpool aren't that good. And they came at this game aiming to defend for their lives and hope to get a set piece or hope to get a counter-attack. And that is their game plan. And it almost worked from what I've heard, that for the last 10, 15 minutes, that there was a slight chance that they could actually get a result. There was a slight chance. They got a bit more into it. Let's look at the chat here. How you guys are doing today? Dan the Soundman, the ride of the season continues. Jordan Pence as well. Jordan Pierce, sorry. One of your vids from I think that's Cardiff City. Here we go. Matthew. Oh, yeah. How you doing, man? I think you predicted 4-0 Burnley on the preview, and you are indeed a Blackpool fan. So, I mean, the thing is, it's almost that kind of common trend now when you have a football club that keeps on saying to you that, oh, you're going to batter us. You're going to batter us. I literally were in a group chat and I know Blackpool fans that literally predicted 7-0 Burnley, and they're Blackpool fans. And I'm saying you're 7-0, we're dog shit. And I'm like, that terrifies me because this always kind of happens. It always happens, man, when you have a team. Coventry City, technically it does. It still works, though. CC, FC. It still works. Coventry, though. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Did Coventry win today? They did. Shit, 4-0 against Huddersfield. Oh, that must be gutting for Neil Warnock. Feel quite bad for him. I've not actually seen many of the results today. By the way, I want to say thank you for the first time and the last time in my life. Thank you to Blackburn Rovers for beating Sheffield United in the mix today. A little bit more sort of, easier to swallow. Like, end of the day, for any Burnley fans, we can look back at this game and think, you know what? We didn't win. Only got a draw. However, we're still 1 point further from second place. We're still 1 point. We're gaining points from second place. And that is the main thing to take from this game. To say that the fact that we went 10 games on 10 games winning streak, 10 games that we went on that unbelievable run, we should have been in all our right reasons to laud that and to praise that as well as we did, because it is tough, man. It's tough to win 10 games in a row. It's so hard to win 10 games in a row in this league because you have games as today against a team that aims just to soak up all the pressure in the world, frustrate you, and hope to hit you on some lucky set piece or break or whatever it is, and it almost worked for them. So fair play to Blackpool. They are down there. They're fighting for their lives, and they must have saw the result today. Cardiff got a result at home to Bristol City. They must have seen the table and said that, holy shit, if we lose today, then I think that means they are 7 points, man. 7 points adrift in the bottom three. It's still not looking good for Blackpool, right? Even though they gained a point, that point doesn't really do too much for them. But at least they could take some solace that, it's only Blackpool and Watford that have, not been beaten by Burnley this year. So if that means anything, there's that. Matthew saying that you will be a top 8 team in Premier League next year. I doubt it. I mean, if he couldn't beat you today. But I get your point. Like, from what I can see, it looks like we retained all the possession and we played some, like, nice little stuff that's aside, but maybe we're not fast enough in the transition, not getting to the ball to the right players. I think we're missing the likes of Manuel Benson. I really do think that we're missing him. For a game like this, when you're playing inside, that's just going to aim to drop deep and just soak up all the pressure in the world. I feel like you need a player like, you need a player like a goddamn and Benson. Like, he's so good in these tired situations. We've seen it time and time again. And I beg that he comes back soon, because I miss him. I really miss Manuel Benson. Clark one saying point gained, but horrible to watch. And also saying we missed Matson today. Big time. I agree. I think Matson, he's so important in our system. That role on that kind of left back, but really a left inverted, like wing back almost. He's so important on that role that we played Vitinho there today. I don't know if he did that well or not. From what I gathered, I think he did okay. That for the most part, you can kind of tell that we missed that kind of directness maybe in that area. And we didn't have a single shot on target today, but that's Blackpool way for you. Is it not a single shot on target? Oh yeah, goddamn. Jeez, we had 78% possession, 13 shots to Blackpool 6. Horrible game to see. We need the likes of Benton and Matson for City game, or it could be a quicker score for City. I wouldn't say quicker score. I think we're still a good team overall. Just means that attacking wise may not be as direct and as efficient. I do hope that we do get Benson and Matson back soon. But look, I'm not here to really go really massive into the game because I didn't see it. I was playing football for my team in Czech Republic, so my coach said that he needed me there, and I felt like, well, Burnley haven't really got much to play for anymore. It's just, to try to get record points. So sadly, boys, I'm very sorry to tell you the sad news that we may just have to win a title normally. I know. It's I'm sorry, boys. It's gutting. I know. I'm so sorry to give you the sad news. We may just have to win the league normally and maybe not break a points record. I mean, it's still possible, but to break the record, you kind of have to go through games today and beat them really and continue onwards. So maybe still 100 points. Maybe we can still hit that. I think we're on course for 111 points if we win all our games. So, it's still possible. But you know what, man? 1 point clear from second place today. And we're still going to get promoted. We're still probably going to win the league. So I guess we will ignore this very quickly. I mean, we play Wigan up next, right? Which is a great game. Wigan at home. What a great time to face them. And we play them in a whole week. And I think that is also really good to keep in mind as well. That we've played a lot of football. Like a lot of football. I think we've played continuous midweek weekends for, I want to say, about like a month and a half. Like, I'm having a look here. The last time that we had a break was when we beat West Brom at home and then at Ipswich away in the FA Cup. That was the last time we went an entire week without, we had a week break. And then since then, we have an Ipswich away, then Norwich away, then Ipswich at home, then Preston at home, then Watford at home, then Luton away, then Millwall away, then Huddersfield at home, then Fleetwood at home, and then Blackpool away. So that is that's pretty much 10, 11 games pretty much that we've just gone a match between every 3 days. So I think having a week's break would be really beneficial for us. Even as a week, I think that'd be massive for us. Massive, because even though our squad is still very good in terms of its depth, and that is the reason why we're going through these games, like Millwall away, and we're still not losing them. And like today, we did really well for the most part. We still were dominant in possession as we always are. And it was just a kind of final end product that, maybe that kind of clinical edge, maybe with some tired legs or tired minds, maybe because when you're playing after every 3-4 games, it's knackering. Like in the championship especially, it's physically draining to you, what I mean? So I get it, especially if you're attacking non-stop as well. The attackers kind of get zero rest as well, so I get it, right? So I'm not trying to make excuses. End of the day, it doesn't really matter. Fair play to Blackpool. It's a big point for them, and I mean, it's not looking good for them to stay up in the league, but every point in a game like this that I guess you expect nothing, I guess it's beneficial for them, right? So We got Wigan. We have to beat their piss poor. I think Wigan at home. We'll beat Wigan at home. The away games, you've always got a bit of You've always got a kind of what if or like away games. That's just kind of how it is, really. But yeah, like that's literally all I really have to say to this. Really, like we're 1 point further from second. Blackburn did us a favour. Cheers, lads. For the first time I'm ever going to say that. And they got Wigan away up next. So Wigan at home up next. And then we're probably going to beat them. And then we're going to forget about this game even happened. Like we're going to ignore and forget this game even existed literally in like a week's time. Presumably if we hopefully should beat Wigan at home, right? So yeah. And then we got Hull away and City away in the FA Cup. And I'm going to hope that we can have Maatson back and Benson back for that game. I really hope so. Because then we have like the international break, right? Which will give us a lovely 2 weeks. That'd be a fantastic 2 weeks break. And that'd be so nice for us as well. So, yeah. Oh, God, I forgot that stat, Johnny. The second game that we've not scored in the league this season. I forgot about that, Yeah, that's a big stat. But we still haven't lost a game since, what was it? The 5th of November? That's when we played against Sheffield United. So that's also something. So we're still undefeated since November, 5 months ago. And yeah, I know you're going to get games like this. That's a bit frustrating. We had that almost happen against Fleetwood, right? We came over in the end. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't, right? And for the most part, 90% of the time this year's gone in, right? So it is what it is. We move on. We're going to home. Should beat them and then crack on like usual. And then I guess just look at the City game. That'll be a big one coming up soon. So, yeah, I'm really not too bothered. Eat my goal saying I'm not worried about today's result. We did enough to win, but just didn't have that end product. It happens. It happens. And again, as I said before, we've played midweek, weekend for about for 11 games in a row. So that is 5 weeks just non-stop football. So it's knackering. It's draining for you physically and also mentally, right? So the kind of clinical final edge in a game like this, you can tell. You can tell, man. So yeah, a week's break for Wigan. That's going to be really helpful for us. Hopefully that gives some more time for some more players that's on the periphery coming back in, fitness-wise, like Benson and Jay Rodriguez as well. And yeah, that'd be helpful for us. So that's really all I have to say. Any Blackpool fans that's in here, fair play. I think a point isn't a win for you guys because you need more than a point, obviously. But you could take some solace from this, saying that you did well against I guess top of the league, right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to Wigan in a week's time. So that's all I have to say. Burnley was still going to win the league. We just may not win a points record. And that may be the most painful part of it all. I know it's so first world problems. But that's just the reality of it, really. So, yeah, tell me your thoughts down below in the comments. And I'll see you guys for the podcast on Wednesday or Tuesday. Probably Wednesday, actually. So, I'll see you guys then. So, peace out.